It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, and I'm here to bring you your astrology read for the month of August. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, hey, welcome. What's going on? Hopefully you'll subscribe, no matter if you're returning or it's your first time. Hopefully you'll subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I post. For those of you who are returning to the channel, I've made some changes. I have two channels now. This channel is going to be devoted strictly to astrological readings. Some of the readings are going to include tarot, but it's going to be on based on astrological placements. So, for example, this month I'm going to be doing your Jupiter retrograde, Chiron retrograde readings, and I'm also going to be doing your Uranus retrograde reading at the end of the month because Uranus goes retrograde in Taurus, which is your 12th house, on the 24th. So that's what I'm doing this month for this, and I'm also going to do your, of course, your North Node readings, right? So that's what's going to be going on this channel monthly. Whatever planets are in retrograde, or, you know, if there's nothing in retrograde, then I might do a new moon reading for all the signs, or a full moon reading for all the signs, but you're always going to get something that's planetary based, okay? If you like just traditional tarot, because I know some people are not into astrology, they don't rock with it, they just don't have an interest in it, or they don't have a knack for it, I have my second channel that I've set up because I don't want to abandon those who, you know, like the regular readings that I do. So Many Styles is the new channel. If you look in the box below, you'll see the link to the new channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel because over there I'm going to have the God and Goddesses readings that I do monthly. They're going to be over there now. The Silent Enemies readings are going to be over there now, as well as the True Intentions readings. They're going to be over there now. And I'll be sending reminders back and forth to you guys on both channels to check out the others, okay? So those are the new changes going on, and hopefully you will become a subscriber to both channels, all right? Now, I have your reading to do. I have Cancer's to do. And then I'm going to go over tomorrow and start doing the God and Goddesses readings on Many Styles channel. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. That way when I do them live, you know, if you have time and you're free and you want to come check it out, you could definitely do that. All right. So let's get into it, Jimmy. I feel like we haven't talked in ages. What's good? Okay. I hope everything is well with you guys. I hope you're at peace. I hope that you had a beautiful birthday season. I know we're in a Leo now and we've been out of your season for about 2 months now, but still in all, you know, it's still summertime, and, you know, I hope everything is all right with you, long story short. So let's take a look at what's going on with you in the planetary alignments this month, my friend. All right, and just so you know, this is for, it's a general collective read. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you need something personalized, reach out to me. My information's in the box below. But this is geared mostly towards Gemini Sun and Gemini Ascendant, okay? Because we're doing a chart, a birth chart. I drew it out, so this is my notes that I'm going to be using when I'm doing your reading here. So just bear with me here. So the first house. Right now, you don't have anything in there, but on August 20th, Mars is going to be in there. Mars is in your 12th house right now. So some of y'all could be having some really aggressive dreams, okay? There could be dreams of aggression, you know, fighting, arguing, bickering. There could be some type of adversarial or protagonist, antagonist type themed dreams, all right? So, you know, or it could be that you're in a rush in those dreams, or you're standing your ground or fighting for something, right? Nightmares too is what I'm thinking too. So if that's the case, regardless to what you're dreaming, if you can remember any of it, write it down. All right, I tell everybody this. You want to write your dreams down and review them based on from one moon cycle to the other. So you start at the new moon. So the new moon this month starts on the 8th. And that's also the Lionsgate portal, but we'll get to that, all right? So write your dreams down from one new moon cycle to the next new moon cycle. And at the end, so you're going to write things down from, if you're starting now, start from the new moon cycle, which is the 8th. Every night you have a dream, write down what you remember. If you don't remember anything but a blue pillow, that's all you remember about the dream. It doesn't matter. Just write down the date and write down the dream. And if you can, find out what sign the moon is in on that night, right? And just document it like that. At the end of the cycle, when we get ready to go to the new moon in Virgo, before you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to compile all the information that you wrote down from each dream you remember for that last lunar cycle, 28 and a half days. And you're just going to try to sift through it and see if it makes sense to you in any way, shape, or form, because your dreams represent the things that you pick up that your vibration picks up, your frequency picks up, that you can't actually see and you can't actually touch. But there's things going on around us all, and our radar. It's like our radar. It picks that information up and it processes it in our subconscious. And the way that it translates that energy to us is through our dreams, or that information to us is through our dreams, which is why it's very important that you pay attention to your dreams as much as you can and write down what you remember. Okay? So you take all that energy, you read it, at the end of the cycle, you read it, sift through it, even meditate on it and see if you can make some sense of any of it. Okay? If you didn't, don't worry about it. Maybe the next moon cycle, it'll make sense to you. All right, but that's a good way for you to find out what your guides are trying to tell you and what's going on around you that you may not really be able to see, but that's just a way of, it's a gift we all have. It's a way of protecting yourself to tell you, hey, something might not be right over here, but I can only pick it up via this frequency, but I just want to give it to you and let you know it's here so that you can pay attention, right? And you'll start investigating. So Mars is going to be moving into your first house. So your Mars is an energy of, defending yourself, standing your ground. Wherever Mars is going to be a warrior about that life, right? So it's in your first house. So you may find that you may have to stand your ground in reference to certain circumstances and situations, because the first house is all about who you are as an individual and how you put yourself out there in the world. So be careful. Your tempers might, you may have a little bit less patience. When Mars goes into your first house, you might be a little bit more quick to, get angry or frustrated or flustered about something. Just keep that in mind and try to remember, let me just count to 10. Let me woosah for a minute. Let me just chill. So, am I looking at the chart? Yeah, I drew your chart out. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm going off of. So yeah. So your second house is where Cancer is. Now, Venus is in there until the 11th. And so this is all about you looking at what you appreciate. Venus is what you appreciate, what you value. It's all about trust, loyalty, and your second house has to do with your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-value, right? Also, it has to do with money, right? So for some of you, maybe you're tapping into an environment where you're working from home, right? You could also be trying to figure out what's important to you in reference to how you make money, okay? Cancer is a very intuitive energy, okay? And so maybe your intuition is telling you that you should be going a different direction in reference to how you make money. You should be paying attention to what's important to you. So it could be some things going on at the job, and we'll get to that with the 10th house because you got Neptune there in retrograde. So there could be some things going on at your job that are piquing your interest or piquing your intuitive nudges to make you question things. But we'll see what comes up when we get over to the 10th house. Your third house is where Leo is at, and we know we're in Leo season right now, so shout out to my Leos. You got the new moon there, and you got the Lionsgate portal. Both of those events are happening on the 8th, so major energy. You could be feeling those energies right now, okay? And then we got Venus there on the 11th. So Venus is going to be coming out of your second house and going into your third house. Now your third house, where Leo is at, and where where this Venus energy and this new moon and Leo energy is, this is the house that where you express your ideas. You normally rule this house. But this house is manifested for you in a Leo type of way. So this is all, Leo's all about, the ego, the self, what makes you individually you. And so the third house has to do with your lifestyle, the choices that you make. It also has to do with, your siblings, all right? It also may have to do with your cousins, the environment in which you live in, where you choose to live, whether you choose to live in the city versus the suburb versus the country, right? And how you choose to get around. It has something to do with the car. Some of you could be getting a car, and you're like, I don't want just any car. I want the car that suits me. So somebody could be car shopping, considering what type of vehicle they want, looking for something that's going to give you some value, because Venus is going to be popping in there on the 11th. Some of you could be coming into some money as well, because Leo has to do with quick money. So I don't know if you at the casino or what, doing your thing. Some of you may be considering going to the casino. Some of you may be playing the lotto. I would try your hand and see what you win, right? You might get some money. That's what's up. But yeah, the third house has to deal with your lifestyles and the things that you like to do socially. Okay, so with the new moon in Leo there, you may be attracting or be attracted to people who like the same things as you. Get down and express themselves and appreciate the same thing as you do. And with Venus being there, appreciation is important. You're going to be around people who respect you and appreciate you. So you could be changing up. You could be changing up friendships, not necessarily friendships, but meeting new people, who are aligned with you in reference to the way you want to live or the things that you want to experience. Now, you got your ruling planet Mercury's in your fourth house, all right, and your fourth house is Virgo. So the fourth house has to deal with your bloodline, things that are passed down from generation to generation. Also has to deal with your personal feelings and your personal emotions and how you process things privately. Also has to do with the nurturing figure or the lack thereof when you were growing up and who taught you about nurturing and how you handled it. So with Mercury there, Mercury's all about communication. You know this is your ruler, right? All about communication, how you process things, how you understand things, how things make sense to you versus how they don't make sense to you. And that's going to come off in a very Virgoan way. So you're going to be really analyzing things, really looking at it, scrutinizing it, criticizing it. All right, and it could be your family members that you're doing this scrutinizing and criticizing about. So again, I feel an energy of siblings, cousins, that you're really, you may have to stand your ground against these people and make these people, show you some respect. If you're in a situation where there's adversarial energy, all right. But I feel like with Mars going into your first house, that could very well be, right? So who you could be arguing and fighting with could be family members. I feel like for some of you, this has been going on for a little while anyway. And with family, sometimes it never goes away unless you completely cut their asses off. So if you're still dealing with these people, they still on their bullshit. Don't think that anything has changed too much. Some of you could be in a process where you guys are slowly trying to reconnect with people, family members or what have you. But some of y'all, they ain't shit. They just ain't gonna be. It just is what it is. But that's up to you to determine. Follow your intuition, follow your instincts, and you do what's best for you. But protect yourself at all costs, whether it's family or not. All right, and stand your ground and command your respect. So you may be thinking about these things in reference to how you deal with family, and how they come at you, and you're like, look, I don't care. This is what it is, and let it be that. And don't second guess yourself. So that's something you might have to deal with this month. Maybe you've already been dealing with it. Family reunions are going on now in the United States. So I don't know, things may come up if you have a family gathering, or, you know what I mean? Old wounds may be reopened, or, maybe you guys, like I said, maybe it's the flip side. Maybe you're trying to heal things, all right? And you're trying to figure out how to do it. But your fifth house is next. There's not much going on in there, the house of Libra. So there's no planets there right now. But let's go to your sixth house, because that's where the South Node in Scorpio is. So the South Node represents energies that you've mastered in a past life. Also energies that you may have experienced in your childhood. And so now you're trying to move away from those energies. The Scorpionic energy is an energy that deals with transformation, that there's always going to be some type of change. And a lot of people call Scorpio toxic, but it's only toxic when you don't understand the energy and know how to use it. Wherever Scorpio is in your chart, know that there's always going to be some changes. So for you, it's in your sixth house. So when it comes to your routines, the things you do every day, it may be hard for you to keep a solid routine. It could be because your living environment could be changing. Some of you could be considering moving, or you may have already moved. So your daily routines may change as far as, okay, I go to work every day this way. Well, now I live someplace else, or now I'm going to be moving. Now I have to consider how I'm going to get to work. Right? Or some of you, like I said, you could be buying a new car, or maybe something's going on with your car and now you have to figure out alternative means to get to work. So there's always some type of change that's going to be going on with your your daily routines. And so the only way to really deal with that energy so it's not too toxic is just to accept that fact that, hey, there's always going to be some changes, and when I see them coming, I just need to embrace it and not try to fight it. Just try to get a benefit out of it. And try to just go ahead and move forward, even though it sucks. Because Pluto, Scorpio energy, it don't care about your feelings. It really don't. It's just going to happen. So you might as well just try to, recognize change when it's coming And then that way you're ahead of the game and you can just start focusing on, okay, which way is this going to go? Or maybe I just need to sit and listen to my intuition and see what direction I'm getting. And then I just go that route. But that's how you really combat the Scorpio energy, right? So you're dealing with the South Node energy. You're moving away from, so some of the stuff that's going on is toxic. You're trying to move away from that in your daily routines and habits, right? And so you're trying to go to that 12th house energy where Taurus is. So you're trying to get peace. So for some of you, the way for you to get peace is to listen to your dreams and write your dreams down. That might be the gateway to what's going on. And I feel like subconsciously what's going on is your dreams are trying to tell you that some of the routines and patterns that you developed and established are not healthy for you. They're very toxic. So you may need to change those routines up. Okay, whether you going out and hanging out at, the bar every weekend, that might be something that might not be good for you. Or you going over here to Sean House every Friday, might be trouble at Sean House. Maybe you ain't supposed to be over there for whatever reason, and you know it, but you just going over there anyway because it's fun, it's exciting, it's something new, some bullshit going on. Maybe you shouldn't be in the hood on the weekends, but you over there in the hood on the weekends, and you know they be over there wilding, and you need to change it up. The universe is trying to tell you, don't be over there. Stop going over there so often. Go in there and do what you got to do and bring your ass out, right? Things like that, all right? But it doesn't have to be those exact things, but whatever toxic routines and patterns you got going on, you got to be careful. All right. The sixth house also deals with health. And when we're talking about Scorpio, we're talking about the sexual organs. So some of y'all, you need to be careful sleeping around. Okay. Sleeping around. Be careful. All right. Wear protection. You got this monkeypox going on right now, and that is something that is sexually transmitted, or it comes from close contact with others, intimate close contact with others. All right. So you got to be careful. All right. Protect your health. The seventh house is Sagittarius, and we don't have any major planets there right now, so we won't delve into that. But your eighth house, all right, more scorpionic energy. All right. Your eighth house. This is where Pluto is, and that's going to be represented in a real Capricornian way. So your eighth house has to deal with your psyche. It also has to deal with the energies that you have developed when you connect with someone else. When your energy merges with someone else for the purpose of getting money or having sex, what is the result of that energy, right? And so when Pluto's there, Pluto's all about death and rebirth. It's all about power struggles. So when we're talking about your energy and other people's energy, we're talking about the power dynamics between you and this person. Is this relationship run by them, or is it run by you, or is it evenly yoked? And with Pluto in retrograde, you're looking at that. You're examining that. It's like, okay, is this person, does this person have more control over me than I have over myself? Or do I control this person? And if I do, maybe I should be careful with how I handle this person. Because it could backfire on you, right? So with the Capricorn energy, if this person is, if this person is over, let's see, if they're the ones who have more power in a situation, that Capricorn energy here is going to make you want to initiate change to restrict that control. So, with your eighth house here, you may be in situations where you could be arguing with people, who are trying to put you in a position where they dominate or where they're benefiting. And it could also deal with money. So, be careful when it comes to your money and who you give what to and why people are coming around you. Because, sometimes people come around for something. With the eighth house, they either coming around for sex because they're attracted to you, or they want to merge with your energy in some way, or they coming around for money. All right. Or somebody could be, and vice versa. Somebody could be looking at you like this, and they could be looking at, let me question, let me double take and see what this is all about here, because I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick. All right, so just keep that in mind. That could be something that you're looking at, or something along those lines. Now, if this stuff don't resonate with you right now, don't worry about it. Come back at the end of the month and check this video out and see if anything that I said in here resonates with you in reference to what you might have been experiencing throughout the month of August. Let's go to your ninth house. The ninth house is the Sagittarius energy, but for you, it's the Aquarius house. The ninth house has to do with your higher mind, your spiritual mind. It also has to do with your religious views, or your spiritual views, or if you don't have either, your philosophical views on life. And these views are all accumulation of the experiences that you've had in life and the wisdom that you've gained from those experiences. So with Saturn there, Saturn is a planet of restriction, constriction, restraint, laws and rules, right? So with Saturn here, Saturn is in retrograde. And when Saturn's in retrograde, you're basically looking at, okay, is the restraint, the constriction, the laws and rules that I've set up, is it too much, or have I outgrown it and now it's time to move on? So some of you could be just changing your views on things. Some of you could be changing your perspective on things. You know, maybe you were into Buddhism and now maybe you're not into it so much anymore because you find that, Catholic beliefs resonate more with where you are right now in your life. You know, or maybe you feel like no religion resonates right now and you're going to tap into spiritual energy, or maybe you're just totally atheist and you don't deal with religion or spirituality. You just believe, you have a philosophical belief about things. But I feel like whatever your beliefs are, a lot of it may have something to do with the fact of how you were raised, and you're outgrowing that based on some experiences that you've had in life that show you that, okay, it's not just black and white, there's some depth to this, and maybe you should look at things from a different perspective. Some of you also, could be being judged by people because of, your beliefs and views, because it comes out in a very Aquarian type of way where it could be very rebellious, or, maybe you're the type of person who you like to hang out with people who believe the same things you believe, and if they don't, you're not interested in dealing with them. Or maybe you're finding that your beliefs and ideas are changing in relation to the people that you used to hang out and deal with. And so maybe now you're looking like the black sheep because you're moving away from that. Okay. So that could be something that you guys might be dealing with, but you're definitely going to be looking at your spiritual views, your religious views, or your philosophical views, and the journey that you've been on to bring you to the conclusions that you come to. You got your 10th house here. Your 10th house deals with your career, your money, as far as what you do to make money. The second house has to do with your money making potential, but the 10th house is, what do you do to make money? Who are you known as? What's your reputation? All right. Are you known as a dentist? Are you known as a street hustler? Are you known as a guns pusher? Are you known as a scientist? What are you known as? Right? And with Neptune in retrograde there, some people, may be wondering how you get your money or what you do for a living, and they may find that out with Neptune in retrograde. So if you were doing anything illegal, some of y'all, like I said, you could be dealing, I don't know if I said that earlier, but some of you could be dealing with court. Like whatever, if you were doing some things illegally, or, if you were, if you make money illegally, or you were making money illegally, or it could be somebody or you're related to. Whatever they were doing illegally to make money, it's coming out, things like money laundering, whatever you're doing under the table, or whatever was being done under the table is being revealed, and it could be being revealed in a way where, someone got caught, and so now it's public knowledge. All right. Damn, you heard that horn? All right. Okay. So, with your 10th house, what people do as far as making money, if it's directly you or someone is going to be revealed to you, or what you do is going to be revealed to a lot of people. All right. So hopefully you're not doing anything that is going to jeopardize your reputation. All right. Because for some of you, that could be the case if you're doing things illegally. So if this is serving as a warning to you to switch up, so be it. Take it as a warning. But things are going to be revealed. People are figuring out what you're doing to make money, or they're going to figure it out. Especially if you're doing something illegally, it's going to be revealed. All right. So take that information for what it's worth. Now, the 11th house has to do with your social life, your friends, the types of people you hang out with, the types of people who are drawn to you, the groups and organizations that you become a part of, or that you associate with, or donate to, or are affiliated with in some way, shape, or form. And that is that's your Aries house. Now, you got Jupiter in retrograde there and Chiron in retrograde. I'm going to do an individual reading for Jupiter and Chiron, both in retrograde and Aries, in another week or two for you all, because that energy is going to be around till the end of the year, till December. So I'll get into that specifically, but in general, this is what's going on in your house, your social life. So Jupiter is all about your journey. Right? The journey you go on, a spiritual journey. It's also about good luck, good fortune, risk-taking, expansion, and growth, right? And when it's in retrograde, you're questioning the risks that you've taken. Did these risks pan out? Or if you didn't take a risk, are you regretting it? And if you did take a risk and it didn't pan out, why didn't it? Can you take the risk again? Can you go back and rearrange it and fix it? That Jupiter energy is going to be around for you for a little while, so you can think about that. And it'll be in reference to your friendships. So maybe there was a friendship that ended for whatever reason, because Chiron is here as well in retrograde. Chiron is the energy of a wound that we have, that no matter what we do, that wound is always going to be there when we think about how it came about. You know, we all have wounds in life. You know, the older you get, the mature you get, the more you experience life, you're going to realize that there are some wounds that just don't heal. But yet you still have to go on and function and do what you need to do regardless. You know, all of us have some type of wound like that. That, you know, if we really stop and think about it, it'll still bring us to tears or still bring us to our knees. But we still got to keep on and moving, right? That's what Chiron teaches us. So for some of you, in reference to your friends and your associations, this is where this wound lies for you. You hear the sirens? So you're going to be looking back at this journey in reference to how you got this wound, okay? Why it happened, where it happened, who it happened with. You hear that? Right? And so some of you, this might be something that you may experience later on in the year. And, you know, it could happen anytime between now and December. But there's some relationships that you may have had, or some affiliations that you may have had. There was a lot of pain that came out of it, whether you caused people pain or someone caused you pain, right? Pain that won't heal easily. And so, you know, it's coming out in an Aries type of way. And so as a result of that, it's like, okay, can we begin again? You know, can I go back to this person again? Or this person may be trying to reach out to you to come back to you. And it's like, okay, is it irreconcilable differences? Was the pain too much where it can't recover? You can't recover from it. You can't fix it. Did you damage so many relationships that, you know, now people look at you as if, you know, with the Neptune in retrograde in the 10th house, they see you for who you are? Were you somebody who did people dirty? Did you do all your friends dirty? Or were you someone who was done dirty by a lot of your friends, and you seeing how they are now, and now you're going to take a stand and step away from them? Okay? Either way, you're going to have to stand your ground against some adversarial energy with Mars in your first house. I feel that very strongly between now and the end of the year. So again, this has a lot to do with who you associating with, who you hanging out with. Some of you may just need to switch the crowds up that you're hanging out with, the people that you're dealing with. If you are in the illegal markets and you're doing things illegally, you got a lot of adversarial energy coming at you. If you did something and got over on somebody, it's going to be found out, or they know about it, and maybe you don't know they know. But if your intuition is telling you that they might know, trust that, all right? And make moves accordingly, all right? I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you what the planets are saying, what's going on, so you best be careful, okay? Or if you're dealing with someone who, you know, dabbles in the illegal world, they need to be careful, all right? Things are being revealed. So with the 12th house, this is your Taurus house, okay? So this is the house of your dreams, your dream state. This is the house of the subconscious and unconscious energy that you're giving out that you don't even know you're giving out. This is the energy that you give out, and you may be wondering, yo, why is this person attracted to me? Why are they coming towards me? Why do they like me? Why do they gravitate toward me? If you can't really figure it out, then it's because of subconscious energy that you're giving out. A lot of times the subconscious energy that we give out is energy from our wounds that have not healed. So sometimes we attract like-minded individuals who have similar wounds to us. But Uranus is here, all right? And the North Node is here. So you could attract people who may resonate with you because you guys may find peace in the same things. So you may not understand why is this person here? But once you start talking with this person and connecting with this person, you may find out that you have a lot more in common with this person than you thought. And it could be somebody from a totally different lifestyle, socioeconomic background, race than you, right? That's what that Uranus energy in retrograde is about. Or maybe you connected with people from different socioeconomic backgrounds, lifestyles, things like that. And as a result, you don't trust these people because maybe you feel like they did you in. Okay? It could be something like that. But your subconscious energy, you need to pay attention to it. Like I said, write your dreams down. It's very important because your dreams are going to be revealing things to you about the frequencies that you're picking up that you can't actually put your hand on and you can't actually see, but something's going on. and your energy, your subconscious energy is trying to make you aware of it. All right. So that's just a little brief synopsis of what you guys might be experiencing this month. Again, if it doesn't resonate right now 100% or not even, 10%, that's cool. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but make sure you come back at the end of the month and check it out again and see if more resonates than it does right now, because we just at the beginning of the month. So, like I said, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell if you enjoy this type of reading. Let me know in the comments. If you don't like it, you don't have to tell me. It's okay. We want to keep things positive, right? We got a lot of shit going on in the world. We don't want to put out no negative energy. So if you don't like something, just step off from it. Don't feed into the negative energy. Be cool. So make sure you subscribe to Mini Styles as well, because I'm about to start posting over there tomorrow. The link's in the box below. Okay, subscribe, hit that notification bell for both channels. That way you know when I'm both posting for both. I want to thank you for your patience and for me talking you to death. I feel like I've been talking forever, but I love you guys and I thank you for checking out the video. And I do wish you the best, Jimmy. And I'll see you in the next one. All right, later.